everyone, this is Hope and Karen again with Roar of the Lion Edmonton, and today we're doing part 2 of our God dream theme. So Karen's gonna take it away.
That's cute, a rhyme, God dream theme. So yeah, we're gonna talk about interpreting dreams.
Yeah.
Learning how to say interpret because I can't say it right. So I'm gonna start with a little testimony that I was talking with Hope even like before we made this video. So I was having like in our previous video I was talking about how I really have dreams where like I really have God speak to me through dreams. It's usually like different ways he would speak to me. But once I had the same dream for over like 4 years, like let's say 3 to 4 years. And then one day I woke up and I was like, I'm tired of having the same dream. Like I just want a different dream. And I knew there's something in me that was telling me, it's from God, like pray about it. But I just didn't really feel like it, not gonna lie. So I wake up and I bring up my little sister Christine and my little sister Kayla, and I'm like, you guys, I've been having this dream. And the weirdest part is I started talking about my dream. Then my little sister said the middle, like she continued the dream. Then my older sister like kind of closed the dream. So all of us three, we had the same dreams and like we kind of finished each other's sentences. It was so weird. It was like, this happened, and yeah, that happened, and and so I knew it had to be God. Like if all of us three had the same dream, we're driving the same car. It was about us driving a car, and then we got stopped by a policeman, and this policeman, he let us go. And we all honestly were all in trouble, like, not in trouble, but we weren't, not like we were going against the law, but like we could have been caught doing something. It was something weird. And so I was like, okay, that's weird because I'm not the type of kid that would get in trouble like that. So, but finally one day I went to youth and I was not really supposed to be there, but I ended up going, and Pastor Vinisa was there and she helped me interpret, just understand the dream. And she was like, Karen, it kind of just means you have like favor with authority. And it's weird how just right after that, after understanding that dream, I started actually seeing how much favor I had with authorities, like people, either professors or like somebody, leaders that, people that have like more influence or something. I would have like favor with them, and so yeah, I feel like from that testimony you can learn that praying or just understanding a dream greatly helps like unleash a talent.
Yeah, and it definitely unlocks faith for you, but then you can also see that in your life. Like I think you said after finding out that it was about favor, that's when it kind of started unlocking for you and you ended up getting favor in a lot of what you did. Right?
Yeah.
And then like even just to add on to that, lots of times when we have dreams, it can be really helpful if we don't understand it and we have been praying. Like let's say you've been praying about it for a long time and you're like, I still don't understand what it is and what it means. Like you can go to a pastor like Karen did and you can say, what does this mean? And lots of times I also went to Pastor Vanessa and I was like, I don't understand this dream at all. And then as soon as I say it to her, I get the answer I need. And it's just like for some reason verbalizing it helped me understand it. And then I'm like, oh, actually, I know what it means. But then her telling me that she thought the same thing can even help me. Or if there's something I'm not seeing, then the pastor can be like, oh, have you thought about this? Like, this is kind of what I'm getting from it. And with that, we have to be aware, like, does it make sense to us? Like, when we get that interpretation, does it make us go, oh, that actually makes perfect sense, and I know that that's the interpretation for my dream? Because sometimes I've had someone say, oh, I think this is what the dream meant. And I'm like, oh, actually, I don't agree. Like, it just doesn't make sense for me. Whereas when I do have someone tell me something and it gives me that aha moment, then I'm like, okay, that is the interpretation for it. So there is that, like, kind of beware of just taking someone else's word for like fact and for truth. So here's a scripture, 1 John 4 verses 1. It says, beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God, for many false prophets have gone out into the world. So when I heard that scripture, I was like, okay, I can apply that to my dreams too. When I have someone interpret my dream, if it doesn't feel like it makes sense for me, or if it just doesn't feel like God, then I can say, oh, thank you for trying, but I actually don't think that's right. And you can tell them, because lots of times we're testing our faith and we're like, okay, well, I'm going to see if I'm actually hearing from God. And then if you get it wrong, you're like, okay, well, at least I'm trying and at least I'm testing for that. So yeah, just like, you can definitely get interpretation for dreams through people, but also making sure that it makes sense for you and being okay with having someone tell you a word and it can be wrong and you're like, okay, like, thank you for trying, but I don't need to take that. And you can reject it in a respectful way and still search for it yourself. But Karen, also you said sometimes you got interpretation through praying for like about it too.
Yeah, mostly like praying in tongues. I would always get like like it's like revelation after, like I understood something even more, and like in a deeper level. And it's weird because it's like my spirit spoke it like before I understood it. And I know there's this verse that talks about praying in tongues and how, you know, you sometimes you'd speak something you I don't have it right now, but like just all that saying, like I feel like you even said it, once you speak it, sometimes then it makes sense, you know? Like you're actually speaking life into the dream. I don't know how to explain it, but
Yeah.
if I had the words, I swear it would make sense. But one person will understand. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it for the second part of this video. And then we'll be doing a third part just to kind of wrap this up and to finish it. But yeah, thank you for being with us again. We'll see you next time.